Hi, it's Erik Paulsen. I hope everyone had a safe and happy 4th of July. This week I had a chance to visit Camp Tanaduna in Chanhassen. I got to visit with some campers and students who are proudly displaying their frog and their toad collections out in Carver County. Had a joint economic committee hearing that I conducted this week with Senator Klobuchar from Minnesota on building opportunities for veterans that are re-entering the workforce. It was not long ago that I held a job fair in partnership with the Army to making sure that we're connecting our veterans that are returning home from service to use their employable skills for new employment opportunities, because unfortunately the unemployment rate for veterans is still too high and higher than the regular unemployment rate. So that hearing was focused on making sure that we're connecting opportunities, best practices that are existing in the workforce so we can employ our veterans in the workforce. We're going to jump into our questions though. First, I got an email this week from Alan in Mound. And Alan writes in, Mr. Paulsen, it's been reported recently that portions of the Affordable Care Act, or ObamaCare, particularly the mandate for employers, is now to be waived the first year. What are your thoughts on this, Alan? Well, first of all, I will say what Alan is talking about is that just last week the President made the decision to waive provisions in the new health care law for businesses. There are new mandates and requirements that businesses were required to have in the upcoming year. The President waived those requirements. But what is really unfair is that the President did not waive those mandates or requirements for individuals or working families. Next week, the House will take votes on legislation to make sure that the same reprieve for businesses exists for individuals and working families as well under the law, because clearly the law is not working. I also received an email this week from Dick in Bloomington, and he writes in saying, I support a bipartisan bill that was recently introduced in Congress to help crack down on puppy mills. H.R. 847, the Puppy Uniform Protection and Safety Act, will close a loophole in the Animal Welfare Act regulations that currently allow puppy mills to sell dogs over the internet without any oversight or standards of care. This issue is very important to me. Dogs shouldn't be treated like a cash crop. Please support and co-sponsor the legislation. Thank you, Dick. Actually, today I'm joined by Arbor, who is the dog of one of my staff members, and we both thank you for sharing your concern for animal rights. You'll be pleased to know that I'm actually a co-sponsor of this legislation, which does crack down on abuse of puppy mills, as well as I'm a co-sponsor of legislation that will crack down on sport fighting of dogs, which is clearly unacceptable. I want to thank you for sharing your concern for animal rights, and I want you to know, as a proud pet owner myself, I will continue to make sure that we're protecting those rights down the road. Thanks for everyone for joining in this week's Correspondence Corner. If you had a question yourself that you want to send in to myself or to Arbor, you can reach me on Twitter, Facebook, or of course you can reach out on the website at paulsen.house.gov.